Knowledge is power, and reading is the key. Welcome back, my dear friend, to the Key Vault. Today, we unlock The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. If you are ready to open new doors in your mind, please subscribe and hit the like button. Imagine two men. One is a brilliant Harvard-educated executive with an encyclopedic knowledge of finance. The other is a humble janitor who lived a quiet life in a small town. When they both passed away, the executive was bankrupt, while the janitor had saved over $8 million. How is this possible? Because, my dear friend, doing well with money has little to do with how smart you are and a lot to do with how you behave. Your behavior is more important than your bank balance. Money is not a math problem. It is a room filled with emotions, ego, and hidden fears. We often think of finance as a cold science, but it is actually a human struggle. To truly understand why the janitor won and the executive lost, we must look beyond the numbers and into the mind. Let us unlock the first key to understanding this mystery. Key 1. No one is crazy. The reality bridge to 2026 is simple. In our hyper-connected world, you are constantly bombarded with financial advice from people with completely different life experiences than yours. You see influencers on your screen telling you to risk it all, but they don't share your fears or your history. What feels like a safe bet to a billionaire might be financial suicide for you. Stop judging others for their financial choices, and more importantly, stop trying to follow a map that was drawn for someone else's journey. Your financial sanity starts with accepting your own unique perspective. Why do we make terrible financial decisions? It is because no one is actually crazy. Every person views the world through a different lens, shaped by when and where they were born. A person who grew up during a global recession sees a stock market graph very differently than someone who grew up during a massive economic boom. Your personal experience with money makes up maybe 0.0001% of what's happened in the world, but it makes up 80% of how you think the world works. If you want to master your future, you must first understand the shadows of your past. This is just the first key. The rest are waiting inside the vault. Key 2. Luck and risk. We often look at successful investors and call them geniuses. We look at those who fail and call them reckless. But we forget that luck and risk are siblings. They are both the reality that every outcome in life is guided by forces other than individual effort. Bill Gates went to one of the only high schools in the world that had a computer in 1968. That was luck. His friend Kent Evans was just as talented, but died in a mountain climbing accident before graduation. That was risk. Both worked hard, but the world moved in different directions for each of them. The bridge to 2026, in an era of viral overnight success stories on social media, remember that you are seeing the result, not the process. Do not be fooled by the extreme outliers who got lucky with a single trade. Instead, look for patterns of behavior that work consistently over time. Focus on what you can control, like your savings rate and your patience, and respect the role of the unknown. Humility is your best defense against the volatility of the future. Key 3. Never enough. There is no reason to risk what you have and need for what you don't have and don't need. This sounds simple, yet it is where most people fail. Modern capitalism is a pro at two things: generating wealth and generating envy. Social comparison is a ceiling that you will never reach. There will always be someone with a bigger yacht or a more expensive watch. The only way to win is to realize that enough is not too little.
In 2026, the world wants you to want more subscribers, more crypto, more luxury. But the hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. If your ego grows with your income, you are on a treadmill that never ends. Happiness, my dear friend, is just results minus expectations. If your expectations grow faster than your income, you will always feel poor, no matter how much you earn. True wealth is the quiet confidence of knowing you have enough. Key 4. The magic of compounding. Warren Buffett is a legend, but did you know that out of his $84 billion fortune, over $81 billion came after his 65th birthday? His skill is investing, but his secret is time. Compounding is like a giant oak tree. It doesn't look like much in the first 10 years, but if you don't chop it down, it becomes unstoppable. Most people fail in finance not because they aren't smart, but because they interrupt the compounding process by chasing the next big thing. In our fast-paced world of 2026, everyone wants wealth, but no one wants patience. We look for hacks and shortcuts, but the most powerful force in finance is simply not interrupting the process. Wealth is just survival over a long period of time. It is not about making the highest returns. It is about making good returns that you can stick with for the longest period of time. Let time do the heavy lifting for you. Key 5. Freedom. The highest form of wealth is the ability to wake up every morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. Money's greatest intrinsic value is the ability to give you control over your time, not the car, not the house, but the freedom to choose. Research shows that autonomy is the strongest predictor of human happiness. Doing work you love on a schedule you hate is not freedom. As we move deeper into 2026, time has become our most scarce resource. You can always earn another dollar, but you can never earn another minute. True wealth is not about buying things. It is about buying options. It is the silence of a morning without an alarm clock. It is the peace of knowing you are the master of your own schedule. When you use your money to buy back your time, you have achieved a level of success that most millionaires never reach. Remember, my dear friend, this summary is a key, but it doesn't replace the joy of reading the full book. The Psychology of Money is a map, and I highly encourage you to walk the full path. Like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which book we should unlock next. Until then, keep your mind open and your heart curious. Keep the vault open.